Good morning, everybody. We are back. The show is called TBR SSF Show, which simply means TBR Solution Sports Forum. It is myself, the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe. I'm joined by Last Born. Hey, we haven't seen Last Born for a very, very long time. Could be a month or two, but it's understandable. You know, he had work to do. A man has to do, a man has to do. And guess what? More kaofela sisonke sadamujile fast. I don't see him. Saturday I could not find him. Today I can I don't know kabaki tupa na enzongore again pony. You know, this weekend, you know what is so exciting? Both Pirates and Chiefs were together and they don't like each other against Mamelodi Sundowns. And Mamelodi Sundowns whipped Pirates, so both teams were whipped. It's like, as I said before, maybe Sundowns needs to hit 11. Chiefs must get their players and Pirates, they come together and face Mamelodi Sundowns. And guess what? If you watch the game, it was not Mamelodi Sundowns. And Cardoso has confirmed that, you know what? Our players are tired. I don't know. We'll talk about that. Last one, greet the viewers. Let's get going.
Yeah, no. Good morning to the viewer. Good morning to you also, Mr. Shabalala. Yeah, thanks for having me this morning. Yeah, it's been a while, I understand. But I'm glad that the show has been going on, and our viewership as well has been increasing. And we see all our supporters as well. And on our WhatsApp group. Please feel free as well to engage with us on our WhatsApp group.
Mm. Yeah, those who want to join our WhatsApp.
Themselves, so it's
Yeah,
growing.
yeah, I was saying those who want to join our WhatsApp group, they can join. It's so exciting. Ushatwa kathupa mula hausina yosayikatela muna walla bona. I think is it my internet or your
Yeah,
internet?
as a WhatsApp group,
Eh? You're saying?
I'm not sure. Can you hear me now? Is it proper?
Yeah,
No, I'm
let's
saying, can you hear me now? Clear.
I can hear you now. I can hear you. You're saying? You're saying the WhatsApp
No,
group
I was
was
saying that hey, that WhatsApp group is hectic. But yeah, I was saying the WhatsApp group it's a bit hectic, but I'm glad that we have it. The guys share a lot of information in that group as well, and they give us insights, also things that we can share as well on the show. So yeah, it's a good platform. But yeah, thanks for having me, Mr. Shabalan.
and guess what? That WhatsApp group has got people like Cabo Zondo, Sheikhs Mangobangwena, Saddam. It's quite hectic. It's quite hectic. And muna ushatwa kathupa iphela bona if somewhere else. And akufuneki umuntu faint hearted because otherwise you are not going to take it. You know, if you love football so much so you forget you won't survive in that group. Now, let's talk about this. Let's start with, I want us to talk about this subject linked to what is happening with Saleh. I wonder whether this could be attributed to the fact that there is too much secrecy in our football. Because we don't get the news from Orlando Pirates as far as Saleh is concerned. We don't get the news from Saleh's camp, okay? But his manager, being a lawyer, I think is very careful in terms of legal caution. So, but if you don't get the news, people speculate and people speculate wrongly. And what I've seen, people are angry at Robert because Robert is sharing the news. And what I like about Robert, Robert is not loyal to anyone. Maybe they wanted Robert to be loyal and defend. Why should he defend? He says, I want to share the news. What's happening? There is no news that is coming out. We don't get the news. And the more we don't get the news, then we have a problem. Now, Cardoso was saying, my players are tired. And we hear people complaining that Chiefs was arrested before they play Sundowns. People are asking questions. Why Pirates is not playing? When Sundowns, they have the same fixture, they're all in CAF Cup, but Sundowns played every 3 days, every 3 days. And then we don't know, we don't get the news. I don't know, maybe what we said at some point. Guess what? It's not wrong for the club bosses to run the league. But I think it will catch up. It will have its own repercussion as time goes on. I know the reasoning were very good because they were not happy. There were people who were not running football, were in charge of football, and they were misusing money and so on. And the people who were in football were not getting money. All right. But now, if you run football, you must really rise above. But the level of secrecy it's high. Maybe we can highlight the level of secrecy if we compare our football and other footballing nations in terms of the news, in terms of what's happening. What can you say, Last Born?
Yeah, with this matter, I could say that it's two ways because overseas we manage to hear news instantly. Even agents give out information when they are interviewed regarding their players. So I don't know why with South African football, but I could say in sports in general, because we don't like disclosing information. When it comes to transfers or news, we always hear the news on the last hour. I mean, yesterday we just heard that Lebu Mutiba just signed for Mamelodi Sundowns, but we all saw that he was training with Mamelodi Sundowns, and through pictures whereby people were taking pictures. I saw him last week when Sundowns was playing. I think it was against SuperSport, if I'm not mistaken. Or is it the previous weekend, whereby he was sitting on the stand with Tembas One and the other team players, and he was asked that, "Are you back in Sundowns training with Sundowns?" And the agents was just saying no, they're just doing business with Sundowns for an academy, but they're not disclosing why they are there. So I don't understand that, or why do they have to shy and hide around certain information whereby it always comes out at the last hour. So with players as well, their transfers when they happen, we always need to find out in the last hour that a certain transfer happened. Okay, and then after that, you hear that players right about start coming out, lashing out about their transfers, how much are they being paid, or their signing fees, or how much, whereby there's other players which are not from South Africa, they are earning so and so such an amount, which they are the highest paid players in the team, whereby our local players, once they start demanding more money, they get crushed. Or when they start getting offers from overseas, then the clubs block those deals. And then that's when the players start getting frustrated. I mean, like the Saleng issue, as far as I know, allegedly is that.
Okay. You got cut again. As we were saying about Saleng issue, we know that Saleng has gone AWOL, but we saw Sunday newspapers, Sunday World to be precise, quoted his parents to say the boy is struggling, and then the Pirates, they are giving him 70,000, and then somebody will get 500,000. But if that is the case, look, this is my opinion. If Saleng sign a contract that says we'll give you 70,000, okay, and then you see that your player next door is earning more than you, I don't think it's discipline for you to go out and say, because this one is getting more than what I'm getting, and then as a result, and then you go AWOL, okay? So for me, it's not on. It's not on. We need to be disciplined. But maybe, as I say, it could be brought by the fact that there's too much secrecy. We are not told anything. But if that's what Saleng did, for me, that's ill discipline. And then I compare what Saleng did with what Tebogo Mokoena did. Tebogo Mokoena, he knew that he wanted to Mamelodi Sundowns. They offered him a better money, but he played with the team. He did this with the team, all right? He informed the team well in advance, and the team could not match. If the news are correct, they could not match what Sundowns was offering. Then he cooperated, he played his heart out. That is why when he was released, he had the blessing of super sport. That's professional, that's discipline. So if that is the case, Salang has a contract with his managers, having signed a contract. I'm told that manager is a lawyer. If he's a lawyer, I think he should have explained that if you have this money, you have agreed. Wait until the time comes, and then we are, in the open window period where you can negotiate and start negotiating. Not go AWOL. If that is the case, I'm not sure. We don't know the dynamics of the contract. Maybe the lawyer is aware that the dynamics of the contract will not even allow him to move. But what are we going to do if we don't have the news? If you're not told, you're not told anything. And this is the level of secrecy that really is a disaster to our football. Now we have super sport. We don't know how much super sport is paying PSL to give us the games, all right? And then for me, that on its own, it's bad. We know Champions League. How much do they get and all that, I mean, the Champions League in Europe, even here, we know the Club World Cup, Sundowns, as they have qualified, they were given R1 billion. We know, but here at home, they're not told anything. All right, there's too much mom on such a news. I don't know. Tshepang was just trying to catch up because you had frozen. Yes. Tshepang? Tshepang can come in?
Yes. Can you?
I can hear you. You can say what? Yeah, what's your take?
Can you hear me clear?
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I mean, the thing is, two reasons. I remember that also when we buy foreign players that come to South Africa, we get them with a hefty amount when they land in South Africa when we make those signings. Also, there's this debate that goes out that when these clubs that are overseas that want our players as well, they want to take out a small portion, or probably they would want to pay an equivalent same amount to what we are paying in South Africa, whereby club owners in South Africa would put a hefty price tag on our players because they feel like they also deserve to be bought at that certain amount. Then you find these clubs not want to pay that amount as well.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's keep on breaking. I don't know what could be the reason. It keep on breaking. If you can check what's happening there. Yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen. Yeah. Now, before, I don't know whether you want to have a last word on that one. Check again. Just say something. Let me hear you.
Am I clear now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So what I was saying is, I think also, as I'm saying that with most overseas clubs, I could say, or whether it's in Africa, as long as it's not inside Africa, when that transfer is supposed to be made, apparently, it's alleged, most clubs complain that they want to buy our players with a small portion of the amount of the price tag, whereby the amount is kind of similar, equivalent to what we are paying these players in South Africa. But when they bring their players this side in South Africa, we manage to buy them with, I mean, Sundowns buys players for 50 million, 70 million, 40 million. But when our players are supposed to go abroad, that record signing or that amount, it doesn't even reach to that level. So also they feel like we get cheated when it comes to those type of signings when these clubs want our players in South Africa because they want them for a small portion. So also it feels like the players are being blocked when it comes to their overseas moves or whichever international country they're going to. It also feels like maybe their transfers are being blocked. But also in that sense, I also understand it because most players that are from abroad, Lucas Ribeiro once said it as well. Gaston Sirino once said it as well that South Africa, the South African League the Betway Premiership pays a lot of money. You know, we pay a lot of money whereby it's like they are living in Europe or they are earning a salary that's in Europe because of how we run the league as well when it comes to the finances of stuff. So players can get comfortable in playing in the Betway Premiership because of the money. Because when they go overseas, the same amount that we are getting, that they're getting here compared to that side, it sometimes can be more likely the same, you know, because clubs that side don't want to break the bank for our players this side. So also that plays a factor as well. But I don't know how it works in a sense of maybe how his deal was. But also these players tend to forget that they can sometimes sign 5-year deals at Orlando Pirates, and you are well within your third season or your second season within that 5-year deal. And then a club from Saudi Arabia comes. So do you think a club from Saudi Arabia will break the bank when you want to show the players, you know,
Yeah, your line is your line is breaking again. This time is breaking hard. I don't know what's happening. But on the other hand, let's think about this. This thing of disclosing sometimes is a problem. Mikel, Obi Mikel, once said, once he plays in England, you know, everybody becomes a relative. Even the sisters are getting so many boyfriends. Everybody marries their sisters and so on. And those boyfriends, they end up wanting money from them because the guy has married their sister. So yeah, so sometimes that also plays something, you know, disclosing and so on. But the one that we're talking about in terms of players when they go overseas and then the teams overseas want to underpay. Now that one I won't blame any league. I won't blame any player. The manager, it must be on their negotiation skills. You negotiate, they offer you, we give you so much. If they don't give you so much, here's Pesitao. He refused what Al Ahly was giving. He went to a team that gave him better. All right, so you negotiate. It's about negotiation. So there we cannot blame. But I think we need to reveal what's happened because this thing of Saleng, if that is true, Saleng was earning 70, then he saw somebody earning more. Why are you complaining? Because you know it's part of the contract. If it's part of the contract, you need to continue and wait for the window period. And when the window period comes, and I saw him playing over the weekend. You could see there's some element of rustiness in him. He's not that Saleng that we see. But let me go to Mamelodi Sundowns. You know, Mamelodi Sundowns have done very well. And then not only in terms of the football, I saw the support. Mamelodi Sundowns were well supported by their fans. Tshepang, what do you want to say about that?
Yeah, you know,
I don't know whether I
am I
can.
audio?
Yeah, now, yeah. Say it.
Say, am I audible?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Okay, no. First things first.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Mamelodi. Yes, no. I was saying congratulations to Mamelodi Sundowns. It was a very dull game. Yes, we know Chiefs came to the party on the game. It was a very difficult game for them. They didn't make it easy for Sundowns. I love the boy Thabo Cele. Thabo Cele bossed that midfield for me. I think in the first half he did it exceptionally well. He managed to control Masalo Allende and Tebogo Mokoena, you know. I think he was one player that was really trying so hard for Kaiser Chiefs. He worked so hard. He worked his socks off, you know. The boy showed that he's from a good development structure, and it shows that he's abroad, but he really fought. Chiefs, yes, it's good that they were not sitting back. Which helped them in the game, but they were very cautious as well. Obviously, they don't want to concede a lot of goals against Sundowns, you know. But also Sundowns as well. They seemed a bit rusty. I don't know whether they fatigued or what, but the important thing is it was that individual brilliance from Lucas Ribeiro that was the difference fixture. Honestly, that goal just finished the whole fixture because Chiefs created more chances than Sundowns, to be quite honest. If Mdu Shabalala took took on those chances that he got, those 2 chances that he got, and if his decision making was on point in that game, I think we could have been talking a different story right now. But overall, sometimes you don't win them in a good way, but by grinding the results is the best way you can do them. That's what champions are made of, which is Mamelodi Sundowns. Well, the supporters as well came in numbers. They filled up that stadium. So yeah, congratulations, Sundowns. 8 points clear of
Yeah.
He's already winning the league. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they've run away with the league already. So, like we said, I was happy to see their fans coming in numbers in their regalia, Gabrielo. As you could see earlier on, I was sharing those pictures that I got from Sopla, a Sandawana fan, who shared the pictures with me. And as I say, if you share them, I'll share them. Saddam will always share, so that is why he's got the big lion's share of what we do. So if you share, I'll share. As you could see, Swapla with his fans, they understand. But big up to Mamelodi Sundowns fans. I hope they can do it week in, week out. Because Mamelodi Sundowns is really, really doing its best in terms of winning, in terms of trophies. We'll see what's going to happen. Last born, I don't know whether you want to add something. Do you think Pirates can catch up? Remember the gap now, it's 18 points. And then Pirates have games in hand, but games in hand is not points. They're not guaranteed of points, you see. So what's your take? Do you think Pirates will catch up, or Pirates should just be settled to play for number 2?
Yeah, I mean, look, they lost against Maruma Gallants over the weekend. That should tell you something, that they're actually under pressure at the moment. Match commissioners, I think when it comes to Mamelodi Sundowns and Pirates, since they are playing in the CAF and all of these competitions, teams do get asked that, are you willing to play on a Tuesday or on a Wednesday? The match commissioners do ask the clubs that, are they willing to play? They don't just crowd a fixture and they agree. When it comes to their hectic, yes, when it comes to their hectic,
I didn't know about that. Or they are being asked.
Yeah, when it comes to their hectic schedules, they do get asked that both teams, if maybe Sundowns is supposed to play against Kukune, they definitely do ask both teams that, are you guys willing to play on the Tuesday or on a Wednesday? If the teams do agree, hence why we see fixtures on that day. So I don't know why with Pirates. I'm not sure what's happening with them, because Sundowns can't play twice in a week, whereby Pirates is only playing once in a week. But definitely there's a question.
But if they ask them, so maybe even Pirates, they ask them, and then Pirates say, no, we don't want to play, which is fair.
Yeah, which is fair.
Yeah.
Look what's happening now in the league. So
yeah, but we can't blame Pirates there. So that will be Sundowns. It's a strategy. We as Sundowns want to finish quickly. Pirates say, no, we want to be given space in between. So we can't blame Pirates. We can't blame the league. If I didn't know about that, if they are being asked, so they must fall on their sword. They have been asked. Tshepang? Ella? No, it has gone from bad to worse. Maybe if you can move the cars somewhere else, maybe the position will be fine. Say something?
Can you hear me now?
No. It's I can't hear properly. But we have brought a very interesting dilemma, which I didn't know about it, that the teams are being asked, are you prepared to play or not? If they're being asked, you can't blame anyone. It's a question of strategy. Was Sundowns strategy a good one, or Pirates a good one? But what I've noticed, it shows that Pirates, in terms of squad, they need to beef up. And people are asking why they didn't buy in January to beef up the squad. Mamelodi Sundowns is continuing to buy all the times and so on. So maybe Pirates have to do something. Pirates and Chiefs have to ensure that they buy as much as they can. Yes, Tshepang.
Yes, is it better now?
Yeah, speak.
No, I was saying, can you hear me now?
Yeah, don't move your head. Once you move your head, then it starts. Speak as you standing. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that yes, match commission do ask the clubs whether they're willing to 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 appear on the on the day. Are they willing to play the match on that specific date? So if Pirates doesn't agree to play on that specific day, if they feel like they don't want to play, they want to keep resting and maybe play on the weekend, then I guess it's on them because of right now Sundowns is running with this whole momentum thingy. And mind you, Pirates needs the legs. As you were saying, it's all about squad depth. They're playing in so many competitions. They definitely need the legs. And clearly they don't have the legs. Pirates plays with the same, I could say, same amount of players in all their competitions. And I think that as well has come to its toll. I mean, look at the likes of Rile Mufokeng, of Nkot as well. Those boys are still 19, 20 years old boys, whereby it's too early for them to carry a whole Orlando Pirates team on their shoulders. We need to be it's right now that these boys are breaking through in the league, and you can't expect these boys to carry out the team throughout the entire season. The boys did well in the first quarter of the season, which is good. I mean, the first half of the season, I mean, we saw the two boys were shining, but right now we can see that they are having a bit of a slump in a way. During the season, they're really not doing quite well. But we're not saying that they are bad players. But now this shows that squad depth is very important for them to carry out the entire season. Right now, they have four games in hand, whereby Sundowns is running away with the league. I mean, they're 18 points clear. Those four games are not points to be won or games to be won. This is where now it puts pressure on Pirates, whereby they are 18 points behind. Definitely, this is my opinion. I don't see them winning all of those four games to close the gap now, which makes things very difficult for them. They are playing Sundowns is on the 15th of March in the next week. I think if Sundowns wins the as well, we should saying bye bye to the league. This is my opinion. So I think for them playing midweek and the weekend, they really need to start getting used to it because unfortunately, this is where football is now. Overseas as well, they are being crowded with so many games. Yes, they started complaining the beginning of the season, but look where has that gotten them. They playing those games. They played a lot of Champions League games. They're playing in the league in these league cups as well, but they have to grind it out. Unfortunately, there's nothing that they can do. But even with Pirates as well, I to start getting used to playing a lot of games because playing once a week won't help them at any case.
Yeah, well, if they ask them, it's up to them. So you can't say you can't blame Pirates there. But let me move on to another section of the show. Let's do the Messi special quickly. And then look, we know that Ronaldo not long ago he was saying he's a better player or the league is better than MLS. But these are the results. Ronaldo's league is number 33. All right, 24 places lower than MLS. MLS it's at number 9, and all courtesy of Lionel Messi. He never played on Sunday. There was Halabaloo that he's not playing because he's tired. He's human. And then we know that he's playing on Thursday. The stadium is already sold out. The team, they play in front of 3,000, but they said, Messi's coming. We are going to the national stadium. And guess what? All 35 seats were sold just in less than an hour. Less than an hour. Now, in terms of numbers, Ronaldo likes talking about numbers. Even not numbers, man, they dispute. Messi played 1085 games, 1,885, 85, and he has 851 goals, 381 assists. There is no player in the world who has the numbers in terms of assists compared to Lionel Messi. And it's not only that, even the man of the matches, he beats everyone when it comes to man of the matches. Yeah, as I indicated to you that when you compare the two in terms of the league, as much as Ronaldo is so adamant that their league, which is Saudi Arabia League, is better than MLS, but the numbers are not telling. The number are not saying. And in terms of the game changer, we see Messi being the game changer in the United States. Like now everybody's making money out of Lionel Messi, even his friends. Okay, but very good because they are friends, and then he's trying to help at all times. You know that Aguero has got a podcast, and then he hosted Messi. He knows that once he do that, he's gonna break the roof in terms of numbers. So yeah, it's less talk when it comes to Messi and more doing. Ronaldo just talk, maybe to cover up the less doing in the field of play and in general. It's very difficult for him to really accept that Messi is ahead of him. There's no way he can catch up with Messi. Yes, he may say whatever that he says, that he's a better player and so on. I mean, even greats, man, like your Paolo Maldini, he put it straight that, you know what, the two are incomparable. Um, I'll share what Paolo Maldini says. Remember, Paolo Maldini is one of those greats who played a lot in the past. And this is what Paolo Maldini says as far as this debate is concerned. He said, I think Cristiano meant that he is the most complete striker. All right. Eyes are really failing me. Although the best striker I saw in my life was former teammate Marco van Basten. And I recognize that Cristiano is an impressive goal scorer, but as a player, it's far from Maradona or Messi, whom I was lucky enough to see at their best. Cristiano is a lethal striker or lethal finisher, a born goal scorer, while Maradona and Messi makes the whole team play. As a footballer, they are better than Cristiano. This debate is gone, but some people said this debate is continuing for the sake of ensuring that the bookmakers, they keep on making money. It's for the media, it's for the business. Some argued that way, that it's for the business more than anything else. And then let's see. And remember, as we talk, FA Cup is continuing. We don't have Pete today. He was going to tell us about the FA Cup, but here is the FA Cup draw, the quarterfinal, and as you can see, I think it's the quarterfinal. Yeah, the quarterfinal: Fulham, Crystal Palace, Preston, Aston Villa, Bournemouth against Man City. Brighton will be playing Nottingham Forest. I think this is one cup that Pep Guardiola should try by all means to get it, so that at least he redeem his image. But if you ask me, even if Pep doesn't win anything, he has done extremely well. And then I also take my hats off to Pep. Remember the pressure that he's facing, the issue of having divorced with the wife, whom he has been with for a very, very long time. And then all of a sudden, you're a coach of a big team. Tshepang, what's your take about Pep's situation and continue to play? And I'm happy to Man City. They don't even think of, sacking him. They're keeping him. What's your take?
Yeah, am I audible?
Yeah, you are much, much better. Maybe you could have been in this position. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's good for Man City. I think maybe winning the FA Cup, I think they're the favorites. Maybe if he can lift one trophy, one silverware this season, I think can do him good and could create a huge momentum for the team as well. I mean, he's allowed to have a bad season. He's really allowed to have a bad season. I mean, he has done it for the past 7, 8 years. He's been doing well with Man City, so he is allowed to have a bad season. There is no better coach than him right now at Man City, or should be part of Man City. So I think he's going through a rebuilding phase, which is a good thing for him. And he has identified one thing I love about Pep is he takes ownership and responsibility of his mistakes. And he's been doing that throughout the entire season, owning up to his mistakes and also saying that he has solutions on how he's going to rectify those mistakes. So by looking at his current squad, just to touch on it, most of his players, senior players, are over 30. Looking at 32, 33, 34-year-old players, those are majority of his senior players, squad members within the Man City squad. And then right now he's starting to rebuild with younger kids, that are coming up. So he's preparing that team for next season. So I think him winning a silverware this season can do good for the club, just for them to carry something for the season. But I think the FA Cup is their competition to win.
Yeah, we wish him good luck. Pep has been a marvel to watch. And then I saw Lampard says, he adores what Pep is doing. Pep is a mercy of coaches now, because you also have Ancelotti. Ancelotti is doing very, very well, with Real Madrid. And not everybody can do what Ancelotti has done. You have Ancelotti, you've got Pep Guardiola. One of the coaches that I used to like was Del Bosque. Del Bosque, a former Madrid, very good coach. And then Klopp also is in that league. He's doing well. The Alex Ferguson was also one of the best. And then and that's it. Pep needs to be, to be celebrated more than being condemned. And like you say, you are allowed to have a bad season. It's life. It happens. Now, let me just indicate that, remember, we are a financial company. And then I just want to share with you that, sorry, I hope, can you see the pic of of the book?
Yes.
Yeah, How to Win the Wealth Game, The Art of Money. Let's see, there's something here interfering. How to Win the Wealth Game, The Art of Money. This book has been written by Dr. Darlene Small, a very, very good economist who has been there for almost some time now. I mean, Dr. Darlene Small has been with Reserve Bank for 33 years. So, yeah, he knows what he's talking about. So, yeah, so those are some of the books. Remember, we are told that the VAT could be increased very soon. And when VAT increases, it puts pressure on the inflation. And once it puts pressure on inflation, everything goes up. Everything goes up. Now, you ask yourself, where do you start when it's like this? When it's like this, remember, you don't know, the money that you get is not much. Because you don't get much. Where do you, I was talking to a friend, I think yesterday, I said, when things are like this, when you're in business, the more you should market, okay? The more you should work harder and try to get as much as you can. Now, one of the most important things as an individual that you should do, it's around the issue of debt. Deal with debts. Don't make more debts, okay? If you have them, try to get them out of the way. Remember, when the inflation goes up, it's going to push the interest rate. And once it pushes the interest rate, even your debt is going to be more expensive. Then you'll be poorer and poorer. This is the time to deal with your debts and make sure that you eliminate them. Okay, start with those with high interest rate. Finish them, move them. So this book, How to Get Out of Bad Debts, Use Other People's Money and Resources to Get Rich, it shows you how to deal with that. So if you get the book, if you lay your hands on that book, then you'll be able to resolve some of the issues that you're facing. And then that's not the only one. We also have this one by a friend, Nom Samasbogo, Entrepreneur Awakening with a Drive. And then you can get this book and learn. Now, yeah, those are some of the things that you need to deal with. And there are those people who have been tricked to go under that review. They were lied to say, look, we are giving you debt consolidation, not debt review. Now they can't do anything. If you want to clear that status, give us a shout. We will therefore assist you. Tshepang, thank you so much for coming on board. I really appreciate it. And then I know you're at work. I need to release you. and thank you after a long time. Let's watch the space. What's your take? How did you see Saleng? How did you see him playing this weekend? Were you impressed with his football?
Yeah, obviously, I mean, Saleng, we should be honest, he hasn't been playing in a while.
We are back where we were. We are back. We are back where we were. I don't know whether you moved to the very same spot. We are back where we were. Maybe let. Can you try again so that you bid the viewers farewell?
Can you hear me?
Nah, yeah. Just bid the viewers farewell. It's cutting.
Okay, no. Thank you very much, Mr. Shabala, and to the viewers.
All right, all right. Let me apologize on behalf of Tshepang. He's at work, so he was trying because he has not been doing the show for too long. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please continue to subscribe, like, and comment, and then so that we can move this platform to another level. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. The beat goes on. Mushito Zwelaphela Sisonke. We are together. Re more Thank you so much. Bye bye.